My approach is multi-layered. In order to establish and grow a private therapy or coaching practice, there are 3 areas of learning that we have to do. These are the information that we need to learn, the skills that we need to practice, and the internal journey, the growth, what we need to grow into the person that it takes to be a self-employed therapist or coach. Ultimately, the object of marketing your practice is to raise awareness of the existence of your practice and the gifts that you have to offer prospective clients. You qualified because you wanted to help people. Marketing is how those people will become aware that you can and that you want to help them. A practice exists in order to help people. By putting yourself out there, you help those people to find you. Your practice needs clients in order to survive. Without clients, there is no practice. This course is about supporting you to put yourself out there in a way that works for you. You may already have some ideas about how you want to market your practice or how you think you should market your practice. If so, that's great. But remember, there is no right way, and what works for one person won't necessarily work for anyone else. So keep an open mind and enjoy the journey. The original meaning of the word marketing was literally bringing your goods or services to market. Imagine a country market where suppliers of local produce have their stalls. You can browse among them, see what attracts you, and choose the one that's best for you. The essence of marketing is that there are willing buyers who lay out their money and willing sellers who lay out their goods. Just notice what's happening in yourself as I'm talking about this mythical marketplace. Can you see yourself as a stall holder? Can you see your potential client as a customer? Does the idea of an equality of exchange fit for you? Going back to the analogy of the stall holder, what is it that you're putting out on your stall? Before launching into marketing ourselves, one of the first questions we need to address is, what is it that I'm marketing? The nature of our business makes this more difficult than it needs to be, because what we offer our clients is so entwined in the person that we are. Essentially, we are our product. I will say more about this in later parts of the course, but for now, try to get some clarity about the question of what service you're providing. What do you call what you do? In this section, we're going to look at the question of who you are marketing to. There are 2 distinct aspects to this. One is, who is the client you would like to attract? The second aspect of this important question, who am I marketing to, is who is the intended recipient of your marketing? And that may be your potential client, but in many cases it won't be. Paradoxically, as you allow yourself to clarify your idea of who your preferred client is and who you are marketing to, you will actually become more visible to everyone. We are talking here about communicating, and at the heart of that word, communicating, is commune or come together. Your words and the way you express what you do need to meet the other person where they are. Before making a final decision, work out your costings. Can you commit this time, money, and effort on a regular basis? For example, if you decide to go the website route, a website needs promotion to make it visible. So if you're going this route, remember to build in that cost, to build in the cost of promoting your website as well as the creation of your website, whether that cost is in time or in money or both. Marketing is not just a question of creating a plan and having a piece of paper that says this is what I'm going to do. You have to actually take that next step and start doing it. A budget provides structure and boundaries, and it's an important support for you. It is not a stick to beat yourself with. A budget will help your decision making, as any choices outside your budget can be discarded. Conversely, you can give yourself a free choice within the budget, and you don't have to choose the cheapest option, which may not be the best for you anyway. All of this will help you to manage overwhelm. It helps if you can see your marketing as an essential cost of your business, as essential as your rent or your supervision or any other cost you might incur. In a way, it's more important because it brings in the income that supports the payment of the other expenses. As I hope you will have gathered by now, there's more to this marketing lark than just jumping in and placing an advertisement in the first journal that grabs your attention. There's more to it than saying anything or printing off thousands of brochures or flyers. We need to think through the marketing in order to get value for our time, money, and effort. So firstly, I want to look at getting the flavour right. Just as the flavour of a food dish is important to the success of a restaurant, the flavour of your promotion or marketing is key to the success of your practice. The flavour is made up of many parts, all of which should be complementary to each other. The language that you use really matters. Whether you're talking to somebody face to face, or you're putting it on your website, or you're writing it on a brochure. Sometimes when we don't feel too confident about our abilities, we can fall back on complicated theoretical language in the hopes, maybe this is unconscious, that our words will convince people of the value we have to offer. Some people will be impressed by our credentials or by our big words, but the likelihood is that those people will be a minority. Most will be attracted to the quality of your presence, even though they may not be able to articulate that. There are two main types of marketing. Traditional marketing, which is also known as push or outbound marketing, or inbound marketing, which is also known as pull marketing. You're going to be most familiar with traditional or outbound marketing. In deciding what type of promotion is best for your practice, there are a number of things that you need to consider. What resources do you have available to you in terms of money and time? What would be the best use of those resources for your practice? My first business card never saw the light of day. It was in a drawer in my desk, and the only time I ever used them was to write people's telephone numbers on the back of. In other words, I never gave people my card with my telephone number on it. I wrote their number on the back of the card for me. Your business card is a tool for sharing your contact details easily with other people. Another common way to promote your practice is to have a flyer or brochure which you can leave in places where potential clients can find them, or which you can give to other professionals who might refer clients to you. A brochure generally has more than one page, and so it may be an A4 sheet folded into 2 or 3, giving 4 or 6 pages respectively. A flyer is generally one or both sides of 1/2 or 1/3 of an A4 sheet. In deciding which you should go for, consider the amount of content that you wish to include. So a flyer is generally headline information only, while a brochure has more space for information. Whatever form of promotion you decide on, make sure it contains a call to action. By this I mean, tell potential clients what you want them to do. Call me on, email me here, make an appointment, and then have your contact details easy to find. You might think it's obvious, but many people won't make the effort to take the next step if it involves searching for your contact details. So make it easy for them to find you. Have your phone number clear. Have your email address easily found. When we have experienced significant trauma and difficulty in our lives, the residue of those experiences can hold us back from doing something new or different. Sometimes we still have some of the trauma to process, and sometimes we are just refusing to move forward. Maybe we're scared, maybe we're tired of trying, maybe we've been disappointed too often, and maybe we have some other agenda, like not letting someone off the hook. Willingness is a state of openness to trying, openness to change, to growth, and by definition, it's an openness to what we don't know and what might happen. Specifically in relation to marketing, our willingness to have a go is going to carry us far. Marketing involves being seen in the broadest sense of the words. We have to be willing to be found if we want to get clients in the door. It also involves willingness to make decisions about how and when to promote ourselves. No decisions means no actions. Are we willing to take those actions that need to be taken? Are we willing to make mistakes, or what seem to be mistakes, in order to learn? Are we willing to learn? Or are our minds closed to new ideas or different approaches? Are we willing to ask for work? And finally, are we willing to receive work, to receive money, to receive praise and appreciation for what we do? Our lack of willingness in any of these areas may hamper us. I'm not saying this in order to criticise or judge anyone, including myself, because I know at times my own unwillingness. We all have good reason to feel and act the way we do. But bringing these things into awareness, bringing our lack of willingness into awareness, helps us to make choices about what we want to do, and then helps us to find ways to do them.